What's going on, people? Well, I know I'm gonna have my cameras rolling for a while. Over here is the train tracks. I'm just bringing y'all in the old spots where I used to live. I mean, excuse me, where I used to walk. It's the area where I used to come at when I was on my way to going to work over here at the Seventh Day Adventist, what they call so-called church school, and I was really heavily under the that like cult like movement. I was very passionate about it, like many of our people right now to this very day is still a part of it. But I think a lot of our people is waking up. But what I really want to talk about is this here too, is that it's a tough thing to when you really don't know who you are, hoping that you hope that who you don't know for sure you are, you hope for the best to come out of it. You hoping to to be an Israelite. And so that's one I would say that's one of the hardest things, challenges in the world, really. But what I do know, everybody knows this here. Every so-called black person knows that there is conflict. Every so-called black person, most of us, the dominant so-called people of color are black, so-called black people, Native American Indians and stuff. We don't have to second guess. Times were hard. We don't have to second guess, like, did you have your father in your life? No. You don't have to second guess hatred. You don't have to like if somebody asks me, they say, have ever a brother or sister ever looked at you and eyed you with an evil eye? I won't be able to sit up there and say, I ain't gonna have look, here's how my mind would work. I'll be like, yes, I have. It won't be no, I don't really know for sure because it wouldn't make no sense. Hatred, I definitely can when I look at as far as trying to keep a job and things of that nature. And I said that time and time again before, as far as like trying to hold a job down, I end up not having them long or they end up getting fired for whatever, you know what I mean? For that reason, you know what I mean? Uh, the longest job that I held down is when I was in Cobb County, and I stayed there like on that job 5 years, and I was at a restaurant called Popeyes then. Um, on that job, I got into it with a boss because I refused to let people boss me and try to dominate me. And that's one thing about me. If I feel like you trying to dominate me in a bad way, in a negative way, then I'm gonna respond. Then I'm aggressive when it comes to that. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want it to sound like I don't like taking advice from people and stuff, but you can tell when people is just being just straight up just money. You see what I'm saying? You be like, nah, this person is not coming at me because they really want me to organize and be a organizable person on the job. This person here is doing this here for some clout. I don't know what they trying to gain from here. They get a position and they want power and they want to feel like they can talk to you a certain way. You can basically put it in context because the Most High gonna allow you to put it in context. Wait a minute, hold on. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, this homeboy, girl, they not genuine. And then you'll listen to them a while on the job, tell you things, and I'm trying to compare it with the curses of the Bible. That's all, of Deuteronomy 28. You try not to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you don't take people wrong. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be. I don't want to be one of those people that are misunderstanding you. You see what I'm saying? I don't like to misunderstand things, and I don't want to interpret what I'm saying. I'm coming off as I'm misunderstanding you. First, I try to get an understanding understanding of you and be like, hmm, well, I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I don't want to. I want to give them. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. They might be all right. Okay, let me just lay low and be a little cool. Let me like weigh it out some more. You come to work the next couple of days. You catch on, and if it's a good vibe with the person, you're like, oh, okay. Then it kind of makes me be at ease. Let my guard. But in a lot of cases, you can pretty much tell when somebody's just trying to be just bossy and just want to just do it because I don't know if it's envious there, or they looking for like, or they want more clout, or they may be envious because you've been in a position longer, or you've been on the job longer than they have. You don't know what's going on, so your spirit, you keep coming. The more you come to work and the more you listen to them talk, it's like you be like, okay, wait a minute. This person might be envious because you've been here longer, I've been here longer, and they just came in and they want to do something to screw to fuck up. They want to fuck you up in it because they ain't been somewhere as long, and then they want to try to do some stupid shit and make and cause you to the point to where you got to compromise in a negative way, or you got to sabotage what you built for years. You see what I'm saying? And then because you know parents, they'll like hunt you like that and say, well, don't let them get to you now because they envious. They want to see, they already know you've been there a while, and they want to turn around and do something to mess you up, so you will be out of the job because people are jealous. I said, yeah, I get that, and they know that. And what they do, they use it to their advantage and be like, well, I'm gonna take advantage of him anyway because I know he don't want to lose his position, and I'm gonna toss him around in any kind of way. And if he try to speak up for himself and he stand up to me as he bold to stand up to me, then I'm gonna get mad with him, and I'm gonna say, you're fired. You see what I'm saying? And they feel like they can use that they use it as a power, or use it to their advantage, to actually feel like, okay, you got to sit there and be humble. You can't say nothing back to them the way that you want to on the job. You got to humble yourself, and you got to just take their bullshit basically on a job. He got a family to feed, so boom, I'm gonna talk to him and toss him around and just talk to him in a kind of way. So if he try to go off on me, I'm the manager of this place now, and then therefore I'm gonna turn around. If he say anything smart, boom, that's gonna be my that's gonna be my ticket, is to get his ass up out of here because I'm jealous and I'm envious of this person. I want them to lose their position. Now, you can say, have I been in situations like that? I can say yes, in a way, because when you look at our people today versus the so-called white man, when I was working at Walmart, the first Walmart right here in Louisiana that they created, the first Walmart that they created right here in Louisiana, I was a maintenance there, and they hired me for customer carry out and all that kind of stuff. And I was hired for stocking and all that, stocking the shelves, customer carry out, and cleaning and maintenance and stuff like that. I had to make sure that the floors was clean. Then I went out there and probably got the buggies and stuff. Mainly they hired me for maintenance and stocking and stuff like that there, stocking the outside shelves, making sure the floors stayed like up to date, clean and stuff like that. When you mop, you had to put a wet flow sign out when you mop and things of that nature. So what happened was everybody knew that I was a good worker. So one day the manager called me in. This was like when I was 16 years old. I was a hold on, wait a minute. I was a baby. I was very much a baby. Yes, I was. And they called me in the office, and I saw a pink piece of paper. And I pretty much knew what it was when they gave me that pink slip. It simply meant that you was fired. Now they fired me. It was a so-called white man. Esau or whatever. You know what? I didn't know who Esau was. I didn't know none of that at the time. I just knew that we lived into a society where things they was more. All I knew back then, the only thing I think of is that we the no white man was dominant, and I didn't understand, didn't even know that it was in the Bible. All I knew is that something wasn't right. I just know that blacks, so-called black people, and people of color, that's all I knew at the bottom, but I didn't understand why. You see what I'm saying? I just knew that white, so-called white people dominated everything, but I didn't understand what was going on. But you knew something wasn't right. You see what I'm saying? Have you ever didn't know what was going on? You didn't understand the history of nothing. All you know is that it's just something is not right. One race is owns and they rich and own everything, and all the so-called black people at the bottom. I understand it, but I did knew and had sense enough to sense enough to know that something was not right. You see what I'm saying? So basically, all the jobs that I have had, most have had a down. The school I used to work in. Even when I worked here, I worked with a certain person. Couldn't get along with the individual person. It wasn't that I was doing anything wrong or nothing like that. It's just that the environment who you work with. It just depends on who you work with. Sometimes you can get with people and you can work with certain people and you just don't seem to be getting along. You end up falling out, and you be like, damn, why all this shit happening to, like, what the hell? I said, I ain't doing. I said, well, like, you in your mind, you be wondering, like, wait a minute, I'm coming, cause me, I'm the type of person. I'm not trying to make myself look like I'm all that, like I don't make some mistakes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to exclude that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, have I what I did wrong? I say, cause it seemed like to me when I people like my work. You know what I'm saying? They like my work, this and that, and I'm trying to compare all of this to Deuteronomy chapter 28. And so I end up losing my job. You see what I'm saying? I end up losing my job. I end up just losing what I had. You know, and yeah, I just end up losing what I had, and I would be disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad. I was very disappointed. It's kind of like stressed out a little bit, but I mean, you know, I was, you know, I mean, I wasn't to the point to where I went and just went plumb crazy or nothing like that. But I would always, I ain't gonna go that way because it's got music. Um, yeah, so yeah, I mean, you know, I think about that, and so what I'm gonna do? Yeah, so I end up it just seemed like mostly every job I had, I worked at Ryan, so I felt like I was working hard. No, I was working hard, but I got into it because I felt like everybody was putting all the work on me. You know, this was over the years, had a job. And then not only just that about the work, but I know I'm kind of cutting corners and jumping the gun. I know it sounds like it. Um, I didn't, you know, like working on a job, getting paid, like, I don't even know what it was like back then to get $10 an hour. No, we didn't know what that was. Back then it was like 450 or 550, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And just worked on a job, never really got the type of money that yeah, that's the 7 Day Adventist school. I come over here because I be wanting to just tape it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I just got to the. I end up losing a lot of the jobs that I had. They didn't want. It just felt like when you worked on these jobs, no matter how good you do on the jobs, most of the time they still don't appreciate what you do. Like I worked at a restaurant Popeyes for like 5 years back in the day. You see what I'm saying? You get certain people there. You do everything you can. You do everything as perfect as you know how. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you still, it's just sometimes people still don't appreciate what you do on the jobs. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care how the cut go or come. Somebody you're gonna always. It's like you're gonna always run into some kind of challenge with somebody. Somebody gonna try you at the end of the day. You ain't got to be doing nothing, really. You can just be to yourself and just be chilling and ain't doing nothing. You ain't got a lot of time. They gonna come looking for you. Trouble gonna find you. It's like I was working on this job, right? And you come there, you think you're gonna come there and you're gonna get your work done, do what you want me to do, and then you're gonna be out of there and then let me go, just let me come in here, do what I need to do, and get up out of here. Shoot. Nah, it wasn't that easy. You know what I'm saying? And then when you snap on them and when you get mad with them, they'll turn around and go run for backup and say you the one flipped out, you misunderstood them, and you should have kept your composure. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody gonna flip it and turn it around and make it seem like it was you. And you be like, damn, people know me from, and coming to work and doing my work and then helping them. Sometimes I'll be in situations where like it was time for me to get off. Like, cause I was that type of person, bro. If I was getting off and I saw somebody else who was behind on their work, I'd be like, okay, I'll stay here maybe an hour, stay here a couple of more minutes, help you get caught up, and then I'll leave. Cause we was like washing dishes and working at a restaurant or something, things of that nature. So that's probably how I learned a lot of the cooking skills. There's some a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Enough to be able to the point to where I know enough to the point that I won't need nobody. I won't have to just rely upon other people. Is to depend upon other people is to bring food and stuff for me, But anyway, the bottom line is you can try to run from trouble, but sometimes it's gonna look for you. You ain't got to look for it. It's gonna look for you. So when it comes to being out of work for a certain amount of years and stuff like that, I can relate to that. When I look at the fact and the conditions of what not never owning a car, never owning a car. Now, did I deliberately put myself in that? No. Some people will say, well, you can change that. Of course you can change it. But my whole point is you still have to go to the higher power. But to do that, but if I own, let's just say if I own a car lot and I own cars, they were mine or my possession. A possession means you own it. It's yours. Nobody can tell you what to do with it. Then this conversation that I'm having with y'all on YouTube would be pointless. It would be unnecessary. If I own the world, let's say if I own the world, owned everything in the world, didn't have to pay anything, Don't have to pay for anything, nothing, nothing. You ain't got to worry about anything. If you own everything and you own the world, let's say you own it, it's your possession. No one can tell you what to do with your land, with property tax. You own everything. So how is you then I can see that this conversation would be pointless. You see what I'm saying? But have I ever owned anything? No. You know what I'm saying? Because even having the money for it, working for the money, you still got to go to them to get the job. If I want to open up a business, you got to go and get a business license and get permission from Esau, the white man, to set that business up. You still got to go to the higher powers. Just like, regardless of how rich the movie stars are, that so-called, they still had to rely upon Esau, the so-called white man, because they control all of that. So anytime you got to have a driver's license, you can't get out here on the road and you can't drive your car without insurance or driver's license, and don't come here talking about, well, that's the law, because they stole everything from how is it can you honor something that was stolen? So therefore it's a law, but it's not their law. They laws that they claimed is theirs, they stole our laws of the Bible and used those laws against us. And when they tell you it's against the law to kill, when they done killed over 100 and plus billions of Native American Indians over here in this country. So how in the hell can you make a law saying that you against it, but at the same time you for it? Make that make sense? I'm wait. Make it make sense. You go out here and you murder somebody, but yet and still they put all kind of pollutions in the air and kill you secretly like that, and tell you if you kill or murder somebody, therefore you going to jail or you gonna be. But now you tell me if that makes sense. Tell me if you think you can get some sense out of that. So anytime you got to go to a so-called white man, another nation of people, and ask them permission to have a business, and like if I want to, like, look at this back here. Hold on, wait a minute. Look at this property right here. If I want that property, and whoever owns this property or whatever, if I go to them and tell them I want to buy this property, they sell it to me. Guess what I'm gonna have to still do? I'm gonna have to pay taxes on this property. If I don't pay taxes on this property, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna take your shit. They're gonna take your shit. Now, you tell me if you own the shit. You tell me you own it, but you still pay taxes on it. You still got to give them money, period. That's how is that owning something? I'm waiting. I'm still waiting, because I know I done cut probably 1,000 of you watching this video right now. You gotta pay where you live. What is that? That's slavery. I'm not trying to make excuses, make it sound. I'm not making it sound like anything. Esau could stand up and say, we made a law. You don't need a license, no insurance, no more to drive your car. Just buy it and you'll be good. If they made that decision, because remember now, if you own something and you possess it, you can do what you want. The so-called white man, Esau, they can do that. They can say, hey, look, you don't need no driver's license, no insurance, just drive. Now, if they do that, to me, that would be considered free, because they're allowing you to be free, because this is y'all own this here. We don't own nothing. We stole our ancestors and four mothers stole this here. Y'all take y'all stuff back. We up out of here. then that would be free. That's what you call being free. Because when you own something and you own a country, you own everything. How can somebody punish you for something? It's impossible to be punished for something that's yours. You see what I'm saying? You can't punish yourself. You ain't restricted. You are not restricted. How are you restricted when you ain't nobody's possession? That means that you ain't in slavery. But anytime you got to get permission to you got to have a damn ID to almost do any damn thing for buy food and everything. Almost. You got to have an ID just to get a job. And if you ain't got that ID, if to require to meet the requirements of getting certain things, guess what you got to have? You got to have a ID, social security card, and you got to have your birth certificates. Your birth certificates. You got to have your birth certificates, your ID. Then you got to show things like if you don't have no Medicaid card, you're gonna be restricted of certain resources. I'm telling you something from experience. Anytime you got to have certain things, you are restricted, and you got to show certain you got to show certain clarifications in order to be able to receive certain things. Then guess what the hell that is? That's slavery, because you don't own that. The people that own it, you got to do what they say do. Boom, you don't get shit. So anytime you got to come up with all of that, how in the hell do you call that being free? Because at the end of the day, they got to go by what the authorities tell them. You know, they got to go by what the authorities tell them. If they don't go by what the authorities tell them, then they won't have a job. And guess what that is? The people that's behind them telling them what to do, guess what it makes them? There you go. Slaves. That's slavery. That is straight slavery. Yeah, that is straight slavery. Yeah, that is straight up slavery. Anytime you got to show all of those things just to get to qualify, like, okay, you got to have Medicaid, you got to have welfare, you got to have your social security number, all that shit. If you don't show no social security number, guess what you ain't gonna get? You ain't gonna get shit. And you know what that means? It means slavery. Because guess what? You don't own it. Even though it was taken from us, right? It was taken from us. Now, therefore, you got to get permission to get your own shit. Because they made a rule, the only way you can get this back, that's really what it is. The only way we stole it from you, now we're going to steal it from you, now we're going to sell it back to you. That's basically how we live in here in America. That's exactly how we live in here in America. We stole y'all stuff. Now we're going to make y'all ass pay for everything. We're going to make up rules. If you ain't got this and that, we're not going to give it back to you. That's basically what it is. Tell me I'm lying. Let me prove to you that our people, and nobody can dispute me on this. Not even no, I love my family, I love y'all out there, but I'm saying y'all can't dispute me, period. You can't do it. And I turn around and meet you to a challenge. I debate you in a challenge, and you're gonna win in the first couple of seconds. You gotta do is get out and go get your GED, sitting there, and stop blaming the so-called white man. Stop blaming the white man. This is what this is your that proves your slavery right there. That proves that you are in a docile mind, set of mind. That proves that you are a slave to tell me is to go work for the same people that's enslaving you. So therefore, I'm listening to you give me that advice, and what you really telling me is, well, you got to go and be a slave and get what you need. That's basically what you're saying. When you say stop blaming the so-called white man, what you're telling me is don't blame my don't blame my slave master for your bullshit. That's what you telling me when you calling what I'm saying bullshit, but what I'm saying, it's real. What you call my bullshit is real. What you are calling my bull. If you want to call, if you want to say, okay, I'll play it by your rules. My bullshit is real talk. If you want to say that, my bullshit is real talk. So what you call my bullshit. Okay, so by that logic then, if I get out here on the road and I say I ain't listening to nobody, sit up here and give me orders, sit up here and tell me I'm gonna get on the highway with no driver's license and no insurance. That's bullshit, right? And I get out here on the highway and I drive a damn car with no goddamn driver's license. You'll see just how much of a bullshit it is. You stay on the goddamn highway. You'll call it bullshit, but you'll see just how much of a bullshit it is. You get your ass out here and put your car on the road with no license plate, no driver sticker in the window, and you leave. You do without it. You don't put none of that on your car. Your sticker up to date, no insurance. You just get out here on the road and you just drive with no driver's license, no insurance. You're gonna see exactly how much of a bullshit it is. Because the so-called white man gonna let your ass know. He gonna let your ass know. He gonna let our ass know what the hell time or what the fuck time it is. Get your ass out here on the highway with no driver's license, no insurance, and no up-to-date sticker or no license plate up on your car. You don't update that insurance and update your driver's license and just stay, and you don't go and renew your driver's license, get out here on the highway, and your insurance in your car done expired, and you were supposed to update that shit probably 6 months ago, and see what's gonna happen to your ass. You're gonna find we'll find out, and you're gonna find out real quick what type of time we living in. And you call that not slavery? Man, get up out of here. Because your ass will find out real quick what you is and who you are. You ain't gonna get out here in Esau's highway with no driver's license, no goddamn insurance, and drive your damn car, and then sit around here and talk about how fucking free you is. Cause the so-called white man gonna let us know and let your ass know how free you is. When he get through slapping thousands of tickets and thousands of this and that, and you gonna sit up and tell me we free? Man, get up out of here. That's slavery. That's modern day slavery. put you in jail for a false rape, all that type of stuff. People in my family, they put out people in a prison cell for a false rape. What is that? That's slavery, homeboy, homegirl. But most of our people ain't gonna think like that. They not gonna. No, they gonna think like that, but they gonna refuse to accept it as reality. They gonna refuse to accept it as reality. Anytime you got to sit up, live in a duplex 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, the government money that you do get, that shit got to go on rent. By the time you pay your damn rent, now you got to hustle and bustle up some money. How you gonna pay that $600 light bill that you behind on? Then you gotta pay your credit that's behind, that's $600 or $700. And you got to sit in the house months and eat rice, eat flour. That's why a lot of us got diabetes. We had to eat that damn flour and rice and butter. That's all we had. We didn't eat no damn steaks and chicken and all that rich shit like they did. Eating that expensive stuff, expensive damn vegetables and soy shit that's cost $400 and some damn dollars for soy food. Man, get up out of here. I know I'm spilling some facts. I'm spilling some real facts. You sit up there, oh, we free, we free. No, they are the ones that are free. They are free. They own everything, so they free. That's why there's no law for what they do. The so-called white man, they free to do what they want to do. And they know they got white privileges. Oh, wait, let me get this. Yeah, they can have white privileges. They can have a damn dog that's a vicious goddamn dog, and that dog come after you, do damage to you, or whatever. It ain't no law for what they do. They know they're gonna get away with it. They know they live in the dominance. They dominate this. They know their forefathers and foremothers dominate the society, and they own this as a possession. They know that that it's not a repercussion. It's that they're not held to no standard like so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. They know they're not held to a certain standard. They not. But you know, our people, they hold them to a standard. You see what I'm saying? We know that more than likely, if we got into something or in trouble, stole something, even if you just stole something, they gonna handle you like you done killed over 60 to 80 million people just stealing something. They gonna handle you like if you stole something like a bubble gum, they'll handle you, a so-called Black man or Black, Hispanic, and Native American person, like they done went out and killed millions of people and wanted for the damage of what, just a bunch of damage. They're gonna handle you like you the biggest criminal on the planet. But a so-called white person, they can commit the most heinous, the worstest crime you can ever think of. They gonna handle them like they took a bubble gum, like it was nothing. Yeah. Yeah, man, they gonna that's how they do. Look at how George Floyd was murdered. Our brother. No justice. Because this is a dominant so-called white society. You know, it's a shame. It's something when a so-called white woman, a white, and feel most safer, even if they got thousands of dollars in their pocket, they're gonna be more safer and protected than we are because we're to hate each other. We're conditioned is to hate each other. But the biggest criminals are the ones you see walking there. Yeah, they are the biggest criminals. But they want to call us criminals. Yep, that's what they want. That's what they always have done. Hmm. Yeah, man. If you want to find out whether you living, whether we still in slavery, you find just get out here and drive your car and leave your driver's license at home. Let your don't even pay your insurance. Just go without your insurance for several months and let Esau pull you over, and you're gonna find out just how much and how free you are because they're gonna let you know what time it is. You're gonna see exactly what time you living in. Our people don't like for us is to tell the truth about certain things. They don't. I know that when people watch the majority, I already know the majority of the people are not gonna watch this video. I can. It's like you can pick it up in your soul, your spirit. You know, because it's too much information and it's too overwhelming because they're busy wanting to. They busy wanting to um, love the same one people that's oppressing our people. What kind of sense does that make? Yep. Love you busy wanting the same people that's lynching and killing you. I never what that's ignorant as hell. What kind of sense does that make? Man, these people are driving like crazy around here. So I'm gonna most of them is able to go to college over here, all that kind of stuff, you know. Back in the day when we were young, how many of them ever came to your hood, and say, "We're gonna give y'all an education, all this education. We're gonna help those who can't read or write, those who can't." How many times have they put efforts in helping our community like that? Those are the things, simple things like that. You got to question yourself, and you see them. They're able to go to college, most of them, and all that kind of stuff, and they're able to what you call that? Uh, what you call that? They're able to go to college. They live in the best of the best neighborhoods. They live in better and all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you go in their hood is you know, they live in it, they living good, you know. So you tell me, look at that and look in our neighborhood and look at how we live. We living in poverty. We are at the lowest poverty rate than anything. So that lying and who is telling the truth? Who lying and who telling the truth? You look at that, you tell me who lying and who telling the truth. When you see simple things like that. Yeah. You look at simple things like that, the evidence speak for itself. Yeah. The evidence speak for itself. Yeah. Like my camera done froze a little bit. Yeah. Oh, damn. I'm trying to. Yeah. You look at. You tell me who's right and who's wrong. You know, like, and when I look at those evidence that I just got through speaking of, and I look at how you have to depend, you got to go to their stores and buy water. When I look at things, simple things like that, how are you free? When you paying for something, that's not free. Yeah. When you paying for something, that's not the definition of free. That's all of that slavery, because it says in Baruch chapter 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video on that of who the Jews are, and I'm gonna be coming from uh, Ezra chapter 2 and verse 1, and you'll be able to see all of the Hebrew people who was stolen from a certain place, and they all was underwent slavery. They went into the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar took those people into slavery. You will see right there who went into slavery. You ain't gonna see nowhere in there where it says Esau, I mean the Edomites and all those people went into captivity. But it was God's chosen people, all those people that went into captivity were Israelites in the Bible, all through it, from Genesis to Revelation. Genesis to Revelation. You won't see nowhere in there where the non-Israelites was under subjugated, under subject, under under the our subjugation, if I'm saying that right. That you no, you ain't gonna find nowhere in there where they were subjugated to our authorities. Now, what God did, God gave David when David was fighting, and Joshua and David was fighting wars and stuff like that. When they obeyed God and kept His commandments and stuff, He said, "Now I'm gonna give you possession of your enemies." Now, you see what I'm saying? So, if we come back to Him, if our people practice meditating and coming back to those laws and do that, we can possess our enemy. Now, I'm not here to be playing. I'm here to be serious, but I want to get to the point to where I can also do more and open up my people's eyes and stuff like that, man. Yeah. So I don't. Okay, it's oh, I did. It was 49 minutes already. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting dark now, y'all. But I would say, man, it's sad you got to walk around here Um, you don't know for sure what you are, but you walk around here like you know. The only thing I think that really gives me that kind of put me that really puts me to thinking is when it says all these curses will come upon you and pursue you and overtake you. When you deal with things like simple as you trying to be accepted by your own people or what's up, like simple things like what you call that? Oh, what's up? How you doing, brother? What's that? What's that? Then they look at you like they ready to fight. You be like, damn, all I did is I just wanted to speak. That's all. Hopefully nobody hear that music. But all you want to hear, you know what I mean? Like that's like me walking up the road. I got another brother walking beside me, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" Or sometimes they don't even look at you; they just look straight ahead to keep from looking at you. They keep their head turned, or either sometimes they'll walk a different way just to keep them coming in contact with you. And you be like, "Damn!" It's like you're willing to be a brother or a sister, but they're not willing to be a brother to you. And when I look at simple things like that, when it talks about this in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verses uh, 16, 15, where it says, all these curses will come upon you and pursue you and overtake you. That means all these, when I think about those things, not living in a society where your family was always in captivity in the jail and the prison system, filling the population of the making up all of the over 70% of our male children, most more than likely incarcerated. So when I look at things like that, being separate, it's called being separated from your family. When I see simple things like that, family struggling with drugs, you trying to hold a job down, you end up losing that job because you get into a debate with somebody on the job, and then boom, you end up getting hired. So when I heard this message, I said it's a possibility. I'm like, well, it's a possibility because I don't want to walk around and say, I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. I don't want to. I don't like walking around with that attitude. I just say that I look at the condition of the community, and I just take it from there what God said. You know what I'm saying? To determine what if you going. You know what I'm saying? I look at that. You know what I'm saying? And I say, well, maybe ability. You see what I'm saying? So I just stick in between yonder because I do. All I know is that that in the Bible it says all these curses will come upon you and pursue you. So when you think about the curses, it kind of gives you a general idea of what you probably could be an Israelite, or I probably could be an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I say. Okay, because it put a thought in your head. It put a wonder there. You know, like you wonder. You know. So that is the only thing that actually give me, I mean, you know, give me faith and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because when you follow the Bible wouldn't lie to God. God is not a liar, right? God is a man that he should not lie. Neither is he the son of man that he should repent. That's talking. That's in I think it's in Numbers chapter 23. You see what I'm saying? He said, God is a God that he should not lie. I'm gonna find the text and I probably put it in the description box of this video. Even in the book of Titus, the Bible says in Romans 9 and verse 1, it says, I say the truth in Christ. I lie not. My conscience also bear me witnesses in the Holy Ghost that I wish that I had great heaviness and continued sorrow in my heart for my brethren, my kinsmen, and all that, according to the flesh, who are Israel. And it tells you who the covenant pertains to, whom are Israelites. The Israelites is the only one that the laws and the commandments was given, and it's only given to that one nation. Everybody on the planet can't sin if Paul is addressing in a letter that who those laws are for and who the nation of people that it was given to. It was given to the chosen people. Into that what I read alone in that verse. You see what I'm saying? So because only and he said, though by that, those things, those that's who the curses will fit. The curses will follow those people. Let's see here. Hot, oh my goodness. Guess somebody trying to get their channel exalted. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. People can come in and can talk crazy. You know what they saying? I guess they trying to be funny and sarcastic, but hey, don't bother me. I just stay away from that kind of stuff. But I guess that somebody wants clout. People want you to mention their names and stuff, and they want clout. People looking for clout. People want their name pushed out there, so they figure if they say something, they feel like if they say something, you're gonna recognize their name. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if you want your name to be famous like that, all you gotta do is just be yourself. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, it's back on. Yeah, I mean, if you want your name, the best way to get your name exalted, if you want your name exalted, coming here saying all that nasty stuff like that. Tonight, yeah, I ain't giving that stuff no kind of recommendation. I'm not exalting it enough or whatever. If you want your name exalted like that, all you gotta do is just simply be yourself. Just be yourself. If you want uh if you want a famous name like that, all you gotta do is just be yourself. You ain't got to. I mean, if you're gonna put something dirty up in there like that, then just be yourself and you'll get it naturally. Yeah, somebody put that in the chat. Put that crazy stuff in the chat. I ain't responding to that. I'm talking about it, but I'm not gonna respond and put no name or nothing in there. If anything, give us back what your ancestors took from us. Our ancestors, they raped, robbed, and murdered and stole everything from us. Give us our land back and let us have what was taken by our inheritance, and all that was stripped from us. That'll be the best thing you can ever do. Trying to get a name for yourself. That's what people are doing. They want anything that they can do is to make a name for themselves. Just be yourself and you won't have no problem getting your name there. Matter of fact, if you Esau commenting up in here like that, you shouldn't have no problem going and getting your name exalted. If you coming in here with that nasty junk saying that, go to your forefathers and foremothers Esau. They already popular and they got their name popping in here. So go to them and ask them for some fame. I'm just living in this society to me. I'm just living here and just watch, just seeing our people go, my people going through stuff, being in and out of, I mean, just being in the system and stuff, in the prison system and stuff. Your forefathers own all of that if that's who you are. So they can exalt your name since they own everything. Your forefathers raped, robbed, and murdered, and your forefathers benefiting off everything. I'm surprised you ain't went and asked them is to exalt your name. Whoever you is, comment in the comment section. Maybe you commented that you was trying to get a name for yourself. Your forefathers can definitely, the so-called your people, your nation of people can help you get that real quick. Go ask them to exalt your name and make you big if you want to be big. Because you come to a little old me being oppressed by your people. So you might need to go, you need to go, not you might, you definitely need to go to them and ask them is to exalt your name. Go to the so-called white man, Esau, the so-called white man, the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, and ask them, because they own everything. Ask them is to exalt your name. Because they can do, they definitely, they have no problem exalting you. They have no problem exalting you. Tell them to promote what you wrote in this chat. Tell them to promote you. Tell them to promote your nasty pornography that you just wrote in the chat. Yeah, just tell them to do that. Because they can do it. Because remember, your people own the world. Your people own everything. I think that filth that you put in here, I think that's what you need that more than anybody. Because guess what? That's not my nature. I don't go around as a savage looking for nobody because it's not in my nature. It's to go around here and want to take advantage of my women. It's just not in my nature. That's more in your nature. So that was on your mind. That's on your mind. So you're really talking about yourself. So if you want something like that, you need, that's your culture. That's y'all culture. Y'all go around rape, rob, and murder. So you come in here proving that that's what you are. You proving that that's what you is. Because I don't have to, that's not even my nature. So what would you bring that in my chat for? That fits you more than it did than me. It fits you more than it fit me. And if our people are into stuff like that, it's because they was being here in America, that you train in the ways and the custom of the so-called white man. That's what you promote. You need to go to them pedophiles and promote that in their chat. Because you got the wrong person. You need to go get that to them white pedophiles in their chats. Not mine. Because what you wrote here, you wrote it to the wrong person. I think you got me posing and you do. You put it in my chat, but you're not talking to me because that's not my that's not those are not, that's not my characteristic. It's just not me. It's not me. You can go give it to them. Go take it to the Catholic priests. Go take it to them so-called European Catholic white priests. Notice I said so-called because he ain't really white. He ain't white at all. White represents pure. When have the white men, the so-called white man, been pure? The so-called white man ain't nowhere near pure. So again, you're writing what you writing in this chat. That's not my that's not in my nature. That's not part of my nature. That's not my nature. That's not me. That's not my nature. So you need to go give it to them white, so-called white women and white men. They the biggest pedophiles on the planet. So what you wrote in my chat, that apply to them, not me. And furthermore, you expose yourself, whoever you is. You telling me in so many words that's what you are. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, minds are not dirty like that. You prove by writing in the chat how dirty you is and where your mind is. Because it ain't nobody said nothing about that, but you brought it in here. Because, yeah. So you got the wrong individual. You got the wrong person with that. Go take that what you wrote in here and go find them, and because that applies to your people more with the nasty stuff you put in the chat. Yeah, that applies more to your people, not my people at all. That's the nature of you and your people, not me. The Bible says that in Genesis, it says Esau was a cunning hunter, but Jacob was a plain man. The well intent. Jacob, he sit at home and chill. Yeah. So I mean, I just chill me. That's all I do. As long as I got my food, my snacks, people come by, hey man, what you been doing? I just been just killing time, just boring, but I still chill. We can be bored and can still chill. What you boring? That's where your mind is. You exposing yourself. So it's getting dark out here. So I'm gonna just close this video out. And I'm gonna see y'all when I get home, man. All right, I'm out. I'm just talking.